Hello, welcome to another FYE podcast. Today I am your host, Alan Morales, and I'm here with my co-host,
Aaron Reyes.
And Maria de Anda.
Today's topic will be college myths. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys and girls have heard some of these. So let's start with some. Aaron, do you have any?
Yeah, so one that I've heard a lot since I started here at UTPA in 2012 is if the professor isn't here in 15 minutes, you are allowed to leave. Have you guys heard that one?
Yes.
Yes.
I hear it every single time my teacher is late.
Mm-hmm. You hear it. It's kind of a joke by now, but some people take it seriously.
It's not true.
It's not true. It's never been true. And I think you made the point earlier, and we're talking about it.
Yeah.
You can leave whenever you want, but that doesn't mean you're not going to be counted absent because the professor's late.
You already paid for it. You're just throwing your money away. So just wait. If the teacher doesn't show up at all, well, at least you waited and you were sure that he wasn't going to show up. Because we have, by policy of the school, we have to be present. We cannot just be absent every single time.
Mm-hmm. They keep track of that for a reason.
They can put you out of the class or the college if you don't show up to any.
Yep. So that's one out of the way.
Yeah.
Fake.
Another one that I have heard is that, someone told me about it, that college is only parties.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Like, even before starting college, it's like you get that idea, like, oh, like college is just party, frats,
Every single Friday.
liquor, and football. Not here.
No
Here's
football.
soccer, but
Hey, close enough?
but
Basketball.
it's good. And basketball. I don't know sports.
Yeah.
But yeah.
We don't.
You see that in movies a lot.
Yeah. Or
Maybe for like some students, it's true, but it's not like a college thing where it's
Not very
parties.
much here.
it's not a UTRGV thing for sure.
Well, like maybe between like certain people, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it
what I-
depends. Like people who live in dorms, like I live 40 minutes away. Like I'm not gonna drive 40
Me
minutes
neither.
for a party, and then like I wouldn't do that.
I live 20 minutes away. I wouldn't do it.
I live 30 minutes away, see? But I still don't do it. So I guess it's safe to say that this is not true.
It's not a very good myth. It's kind of made up for movies so that they can have something to do.
I don't think it's only movies. I think it's...
You think people talk about it like, oh, there's gonna be parties?
Well, yeah, as a high school student, I managed to listen to some kids that were like, dude, we're gonna party all day. I'm like...
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen in other universities,
But for-
specifically here, it does. Well, from
You hear about it like at Marcos, like it's like supposed to be the party
College
school.
Station
College Station.
and UT sometimes.
UT's a
But
little packed.
mostly College Station.
College Station because there's nothing else to do there.
Pretty much.
Yes, they're out in Bryan. So
that's
that's like
UTRGV, that's a lie.
that's up to you to make, and I think you have things better to do than party.
Study.
Yeah,
So,
For one.
for one.
but that's step number one, study.
No, don't be late to class. Show up.
3 actually do the working class. There's plenty of steps.
Okay.
So, what about you?
I mean, I remember at the beginning, like of my first year, saying like, oh, like teachers, they don't really like pay attention to you. They don't care if you were there or not. Like they don't care about your feelings or whatever. And it's not true. I mean, yes, maybe the professor can be somewhat difficult to handle. Has a very type of
Character?
character, exactly. But most of like the professors I've had, like I still talk to some of them, which is great. Like I went and asked like, let's say extra credit, or like I did bad on a test or something. They actually help me out. They actually give you opportunity, and that's why they have office hours.
I think this may happen because most students think that talking to a teacher is like, no, you don't talk to them. Like, they're out of your reach. And yes, some, like she said, some teachers are difficult, but most of them, if you actually approach them and talk to them, they are actually willing and they care about your grade. They care about like how you're doing, if you're struggling, how they can help you. So I will say that if you actually try and talk to the teacher, you're gonna notice that this myth is not really true because you're their student. They want you to know what you're studying, not just being there and going by. Because, and then you're gonna need it for your future. You know.
Yeah.
And even if like you get an experience where a teacher doesn't pay attention to you or never answers to you, don't let that bring you down. Like it may just be with that teacher. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen with your other teachers. So don't let that not encourage you to go to your teachers.
Yeah, for the most part, they want you to succeed.
Yeah.
Because that's not just a reflection on your own performance, but on how they perform as professors and how they're able to teach you the course.
Yeah, the material.
So in any way, I mean, that's what they're here for, right? Last semester, I was worried about asking a professor I've had twice already for a letter of recommendation, and I was real nervous about it, and I was trying to butter him up before class, and he knew I wanted something. But I finally asked him, like, I don't mean to be a bother, and he told me, like, don't worry about it, because that's what they're there for. So.
And if anything, the course evals are at the end, so.
Yeah, don't worry.
There's some.
They asked for your honest opinion. Like they're like, okay, like if
maybe not
anything that you would like me to improve, something you didn't like.
Yeah.
They also want to learn.
That's true.
So.
See? Wrong.
And when they ask you, are there any questions in class? They want you to ask questions. They don't want it to be like dead air because they want to know that everyone gets the information right.
And trust me, even if you are afraid to ask, that you might be the only one, you are never the only one that doesn't get it. Trust me on that one.
Even if you're a little nervous, I mean, you could help out the class and ask it, but you can also just go afterwards as well.
Yeah, or through email they offer as well, or office hours.
Office hours. Keep track of those office hours.
Sometimes you get extra credit.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, another myth.
So I've heard that once you pick a major, that's going to set you forever. That major is going to decide what career you have and where you go in life.
So in a way, you pick this and then your life is done.
If you study psychology, you're going to be a psychologist. If you study math, you're going to be a mathematician.
I think that myth is easy to debunk in a way, because me as a student or as any college student, I think you are going to start wondering why, if that's the right career that you took, you're probably going to change your career at least once maybe in your time in college. And even if you already graduated, you will probably be working in anything but your major. I know that this happens because we as just college students, we are here earlier every single time, like from high school, and we feel like we're entitled to just one major. But I think as time goes, you start being more mature. You know what you want, you know what you're good at, and what you enjoy. So I think your major and everything will change very drastically as soon as you start getting more knowledge of what you know.
And just in case, for those students who know what they want to do and they stay to that, the advice that I would give is, if when you get out, you want to start working like with what your major is, you should start getting jobs or internships your sophomore, junior, and sometimes senior years you have to like a practicum or some hours that you have to do. So like don't be discouraged like, oh, like I'm this far, I can't switch, or like I know I'm not gonna switch. But like you're still scared that even if when you get out, like when you leave, when you graduate, that you won't find a job. Like getting those experiences and adding them to your resume can help you so much into getting a job later on. Cause I know that because it hasn't happened to me yet, but it happened to my brother.
Oh.
So he's graduating in May and he already has a job in Denver.
What about you?
So
that's cool. Oh yeah, I'm graduating in May as well.
Do you have a job?
I do not, but I have applied for fellowships. I think what you guys said is really well put. Even if you do find yourself, you've studied one major and you've gotten a job in that major, and you've entered the real world, and maybe you don't like that job, that's still not the end of the world there. Like there's still so much opportunity. Whether you decide, maybe I want to come back for grad school for a different degree,
Yeah.
or maybe that work experience is life experience, and everywhere they're looking for some kind of life experience. It shows that you're resilient and that you're willing to change and to learn. So
that helps a lot when you're
Yeah.
trying to find a job.
so you kind of come to college 18, 19, and you're expected to pick a major.
Which is too early.
It can be too early, and it's daunting. But it's even if you've picked a major and you've had so many credit hours that you don't want to switch, it's okay. You're gonna see the other side of it.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you notice that some of the classes that you already took can go with another major, and that applies the same. For example, me, I was a psychology major, and while I was mostly doing my basics, I still took some classes. So like they advised me, like maybe you can add something else with psychology, and so one of them was rehab. And I mean, I've done not rehab, but I've volunteered at rehab centers, and I've saw that I really liked them. So I combined those two, and now even though I'm a rehab major, some of the classes has psychology in it, so it combines both of them.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So when does would you like to say it or do I?
Do you want to say one?
Well, the one I know that I heard my friend and a lot of people say is that the first year you're here you gain weight.
The freshman 15.
Well, 15 pounds.
Yeah.
I think that is not, well, it might not be a myth, it might be true. It depends on the person because everything changes. And like high school, that you have everything kind of in a structure. You have the morning, your breakfast, lunch, and you go home and eat. But when you get here, you have your own schedule. You made it, you have different classes, you have different lunch times, and you eat whenever you can.
Restaurants, Chick-fil-A, and
you can eat Chick-fil-A whenever you want.
Exactly.
You can eat
there's
anything.
stores, there's sandwiches, there's chips, there's everything. Like you can, like you're gonna go before you go to class. You're like, you know what? I'm gonna get some chips. You know, I'm gonna get a soda. And high school, like no, you know.
I have chips and soda for breakfast at 2 p.m.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Your whole schedule is thrown out the window, and your diet goes also out the window with that.
Yeah, like when you're in high school, you have a very, like you said, it's very structured. There's people feeding you to make sure you don't.
And especially if you do sports as well. Sometimes in college you don't do sports anymore.
So your whole body just.
But you're
goes
still
somewhere.
eating those 3,000
exactly.
calories. You like Waterbrick? We all like Waterbrick. You gotta the Oreos. There's a rec center.
Yeah.
There's truth. You can see how the freshman 15 can happen, but there's ways around it, and if you're aware of it, you can manage it.
Yeah, manage is the word.
Don't dread on it like, oh, I'm gonna gain 15 pounds. Like I'm eating while saying that. Like, of course.
It's like, why am I gaining weight? Well, you're eating like 3 bags of chips.
We're eating Whataburger at 2 a.m. after studying. You know, like
those people who
I mean,
not
that's
everyone
good.
stresses, but some people stress eat.
Yeah.
So like you know.
You gotta compartmentalize that. All right, my dinner's at 7. I'm gonna stress at 8.
Yeah. You need to organize because if you don't like set like at least walking or like stop eating this, you know.
Take a lap around campus before getting Chick-fil-A.
Exactly.
And then after.
Yeah, after. The thing is, I think the easiest way to go around this is just try to structure your day also. But again, it's hard because some days you have study, you have projects, you have homework, you have tests. It's hard.
It's a new environment.
But I think you will adapt.
I mean, after your first semester, you see how you did, like what you could do differently, just like you would do with classes, like your studying habits as well, like your eating habits, and then you can fix that into the second semester. You can be like, okay, you know what? For me, like I tried it once and I didn't do it anymore. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna eat chips until like Friday. Fridays I didn't have class.
And
like, okay, if I do all my work and everything, then I can eat on Friday, and I would do it. But then I
stopped.
Yeah.
It happens.
Had other things to do.
Well,
It's like eat chips.
So to wrap it up, I guess we will have a part 2 probably about this because there's way too many myths. If you, the listener, have any myths that you want us to look into or just kind of talk about, leave them down in the comment area.
You can comment on it, message us on Facebook, on Instagram. But I think maybe we should challenge them to not just hear these myths and believe them, take them for their word.
Yeah, actually try and figure out if they're
Become
real.
mythbusters, yeah. Try to dispel them.
Like we do.
Yeah.
I live this myths every day.
Well, we did it through our own experience. We found out yes, no.
Maybe.
But you as the first year students, try, find out.
Well, is there any last words that you might want to put in?
Yeah, take the lab before Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, that might be the keyword here. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a nice day.
Okay.
Well, I need to
These are
head to my class.
I'm good, thank you.